Sapphire Miriam Foundation Dream Big Girls Empowerment Program 2022 welcomes Marsha Sewdass, mindset coach, speaker, author, and consultant.
I am happy to be here and I'm happy to share what I know with you. And I hope and I pray and I wish that it drops seeds of encouragement to you so that those seeds can grow and sprout to be beautiful things in years to come. I am from Trinidad and Tobago as well, from South Trinidad, and I'm glad to be here. So now I am going to share my screen. And all right, so let's talk about the success mindset, right? And two words there that are prevalent in that slide: success and mindset, right? Definitely success. We hear that word thrown around so often, right? Have a successful day. I wish you the best of luck, which is also another word for success, right? Some people, they kind of tie in both of them. But at the same time, what does success really mean? Okay, so we're going to dive into that. We're also going to dive into the word mindset. So if you're not sure about what mindset is, in fact, someone asked me the other day, what is that? Well, everything that we do begins with a thought, right? This computer that you're using, or your tablet, or your phone, it was once a thought in someone's mind. It was once a thought that, hey, maybe there's a way I could find that I could communicate with someone else. Maybe there's a way we can make this better. Think about Apple phones, right? They have progressed and progressed almost every year for the last 2 decades or so, because it always means that they have a thought to make something better than it is. So your thoughts, and this is an equation. So if you're writing, and I hope you are, you can write this down. Thoughts become your beliefs become your words, the words that you speak. Your words will lead into the actions that you do, and your actions would lead to results. Okay, so it all ties into one another. It flows. And if there's a break anywhere in that chain, then something is going to show in the results. So when you look at your results, now it doesn't matter if you're, and this is applicable to anyone at any age. So whether you're a teenager, a preteen, early adult like myself, have passed through some years of experience. It doesn't matter which age that you are in, it carries the same kind of application. Okay, so I'll go through that again. Your thoughts turn into what you believe. So the kind of thoughts you have, whether they're positive, whether they're negative, whether they, and we're going to touch a little bit on that as well, become your belief. It becomes what you believe about yourself. It becomes what you believe about your own capabilities. It becomes what you believe about what you can do or what you can't do. And then your beliefs become your words. So you start to speak like that. The words that come out of your mouth, they could be words of power or words of defeat. In the Bible, it says, life or death is in the power of the tongue. So what are you saying? What are you speaking? What are you speaking over yourself? All right, because at the end of the day, we could have everyone else cheering us on, but we need to be our own cheerleader as well. Okay, so it becomes your words, and your words now feed your actions, because it is kind of, you wouldn't be saying one thing and doing something else. So what you're speaking, you're thinking, you're saying goes into the actions that you do. And actions mean things like your habits. What are your habits? Are you practicing good habits? Are you correct? If you find yourself slacking off or not doing something you ought to be doing, do you correct yourself, right? Do you assess what it is you're doing? So those are your actions, all right? And of course, your actions would lead to your results. Okay, so I hope that's the equation we're going at. And if you're finding your results are not where they ought to be, whether maybe you were studying for an exam and your results didn't turn out the way you wanted it, you have to now step backwards and see where can you correct that? What was the weak link there? Was it your habits? Was it your belief? Was it your thoughts? Was it your words? And that is where we could correct correct it. It's called reverse engineering. So we take a step back and we fix what was the weak link there. All right. So I'm going to move forward. I hope this is helping you, and I hope you're taking notes. Notes it's an excellent way to move forward. All right. So what does success mean to you? Time to hear some voices. What does success mean to you? It can mean a whole lot of things to a whole lot of people, right? It can mean a whole lot of things, and we're going to get into those things, but I want to know before I go into the next slide, which has some hints, what does success mean to you? And I'm going to ask, yes, I see someone raise their hand. If I could get some help, Mr. Ricardo, to unmute these persons. I see Princess and I see Janie.
Yeah, sure, Princess, you could go ahead first.
Success means to me by reaching your goal.
All right, so reaching
that you want to achieve.
Excellent, thank you. Thank you so much for your answer. Lovely. Janie?
Success means to me the level of achievement or goal that you've reached.
Level of achievement. Okay, great. If there's anyone else, I can't see the full screen, so Mr. Ricardo, if you can help me there.
Yeah, I'm seeing a couple answers in the chat. So
okay, so help me out because I can't see the chat from sharing the screen.
Not a problem. Let's see. Ariane is saying that success is when you reach your goal in life. Leah is saying that to me, success means that I can be independent, may it be financially, emotionally, etc.
All right, great. Oh my goodness, guys, you are giving some excellent answers. You definitely had your breakfast already this morning and the brain is working nice and sharp. I like the way you're thinking, right? I heard some words that are definitely words you need to keep with you all the time and develop. Words like goals, right? Words like achievement, right? Those are the things that are going to build your capacity and your drive to work towards success. So success, clearly from the answers that we got, can mean different things to different people. So if you look in the dictionary, of course, the dictionary will have one kind of general meaning, right? It's a level of achievement. But then what achievement means to me, Marsha Sewdass, might mean something different to Miss Simone, might mean something different to Mr. Ricardo, it might mean something different to Janie, might mean something different to Princess. So they all have different meanings to different persons. However, it does not mean that my success or my meaning of success is greater or lesser than your meaning, because it's your measure. Remember, it's your thoughts, your belief, your words, your actions, your results. I loved hearing your voices. Let's go to the next slide. And let's see if any of these resonated with you in case you didn't answer.
Well, Marsha, I'm seeing here that Deli Angelis said that it could mean that you worked really hard to get where you wanted to be. And
Excellent.
in Kenderim says that I think it also means to overcome failures.
Oh, beautiful. I love I'm not sure if that is a boy or a girl, but you just took it to a whole new level.
In Kenderim.
Yeah. Excellent. Great. It means that you don't let failures stop you. In fact, that's a whole other topic that we could really dive into on another time. I love that. Let's look at the screen. Thank you for your answers, everyone. I'm so happy that you engaged. Love that. So we have the academics. So what does success mean to you? Does it mean a level of academic achievement? You know, like you gain, maybe when you're in primary school, you want to, and you reach standard 5, at least I'm speaking in Trinidad context, you have this, what we call SCA. Years ago, I wrote it, it was common entrance, where you get to write this exam, and based on how you perform, you would go to certain schools that have different reputation and, you know, kind of thing. Is it that? Is it now CXC, or how we call it, CSEC? Is it Moving on to tertiary level education, is it academics that means success to you? Or is it just one stage of success, right? We have the second one here, is it business? Can you look at a person dressed in their business suit and they look like they have a profession, some kind of high-end, high-level profession? Does that spell success to you, right? Is it travel? Is it visiting different countries of the world and exploring what's out there? Because we are blessed with this thing called the internet, where it's the digital highway that we could actually go on our computers and look and see different countries of the world and what they have to offer. I'll tell you this, when I was younger, and this is probably giving you some insight into the age that I'm at, but the internet wasn't there. We used things like magazines, we used things like television with our 2 TV stations at the time, right? To learn as much as we can about the world out there. And when relatives or friends or neighbors would travel, they would tell us about what they saw and the little souvenirs they would bring back. That was what we used to build a vision for traveling. All right. Is travel a measure of success for you? Right? It is for a lot of people. Now remember, what you determine success to be is different from what I would determine success to be, but it's all good because it's individual, right? None is less or more than the other person's. Money. Is money a measure of success? Do you measure the success of a person by how much money they have acquired or accumulated or earned? Is that a measure of success for you? How about luxury items? Luxury cars, fast cars, maybe mansions that people live in. Is that a measure of success for you, right? What does success mean for you? I hope this is opening up your mind to, if you've never thought about it, well, I'm glad you're here because this is definitely something to start thinking about, right? Or how about this last one here? Last but not least, popularity. Okay, so the singers and the artists and the actresses and the actors in the big movies, right? Those big awards, those Academy Awards, when they walk down the red carpet, so many people come to see them. These singers who have concerts in sold out stadiums, right? Is that success to you? What does success mean to you? Like I said, it's all about what your thoughts are, what you think you can achieve. And let me tell you something, everyone out there, any of this can be possible for you, but it requires you to adopt a mindset for success. I'm going to move to the next slide. I really hope this is impacting you and causing your thought process, those wheels to start churning in your mind. I really hope so. Success begins with you. It really does. It begins with you. Our thoughts, the thoughts that we carry in our mind, are the foundation for all success. So if you have an exam to write, if you start to think, I can do this. I can handle this. Everything is working out for me. Everything is going to be fine. I could understand this mathematics problem. I could understand this concept. I could understand. I could do this. You start to think to yourself. But if you go on the opposite direction, you start to tell yourself, oh gosh, this is hard. This real hard. I don't know if I will ever get this. I don't know. Then you start to believe that it's hard. You start to believe that you can't do it. And like I said, your thoughts become your beliefs, become your words, become your actions, and your results will show how your thoughts were in the beginning. Yeah. I'm going to wrap up here with a quote, and this quote is actually from Buddha, right? The mind is everything. This mind that you're blessed with is everything. And what you think, you become. What you think, you become. Your environment is one thing, but you don't have to just be a product of the environment, okay? You can actually start to channel your mind and train yourself to be the best that you can be in anything you want. Whatever success means to you, you can go after it. Now, I know I have my time is almost up. It was indeed a pleasure to share this with you. I hope it has impacted you, and I really hope it has started the wheels turning in your mind to start to think in terms of success. And I know we have Miss Simone, who's going to be taking the topic to even greater heights. So at this point, I'm going to stop my share and hand over to our host once more. Thank you very much for having me here. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much, Marsha. It's indeed a pleasure having you here with us today. I am Simone Claxton, founder and president of the Sapphire Miriam Foundation. And welcome again to yet another program of the Dream Big Girls Empowerment. Thank you very much, Ricardo, for your introduction. And I would just like to welcome each and every one of you. It's a pleasure to have you here. And we are hailing from the beautiful Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago in the southernmost part of the Caribbean. It's wonderful to have persons from all over the Caribbean and actually all over the world. We have persons in the US and in South Africa, etc. So it's really a wonderful time we're going to have today and onwards. So thanks, Marsha, so much for your contribution. I hope it started to jog the minds of the young ladies into thinking what success really means to them, because as you said, rightfully said, success means different things to different people. What success is to me might not be the same for yourself. So wonderful. So we'll be moving into another aspect of the success mindset. We have Deborah is here with us today, our in-house psychologist, Deborah Gibran, and we will be sharing the topic and moving into that. I have some slides as well, but I'd like to give the girls a chance to share their comments or opinions before we move forward. And if the ladies would like to share anything about what success means to them, I think Princess has a story of success to tell.
I think that success story was another child, not Princess.
Oh, okay.
And she's actually here this morning. And
No
so I am Debra Charles-Mark, ambassador for Dominica. Pleasure to be here this morning. I'm so excited. And, this is a topic very close to my heart. 2 years ago, it was Sports Day, February 2020. And there was this child. She never won anything, but she still continued to compete. And then that year, something amazing happened. She came second, but she was so excited, so happy. She did not come first. So I want to show you this image, if I may share this image for you to actually get the essence of what really transpired in that moment. This, children can teach you. Anybody can be a teacher when you're open to it. And she taught me a very valuable lesson. If I can share my screen. Okay. So that's Gabriella there. And I'm so happy that she's with us this morning. And I'm so proud of her because her mother could not be with her this morning. Mother had to travel. But there she is. She was 9 at the time and she's 11 now. And so I am so proud of her. Look at her, look at the energy, look at the joy. She's never won anything, in sports. And finally, she didn't give up against all odds, against what happened, the back set. She did not give up. And what I want to demonstrate, success is in the journey. It is in the journey. She did not come first. So she had to work extremely hard for it. And as I said, easy comes, easy go. If you just come into a lot of money, you will not appreciate it. If you just get overnight success without really sweating and working for it, you would not really appreciate it. So this little story, I think it's very powerful and we all can learn from it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing that story, Deborah. It's very inspiring.
So Gabriella, you want to come on and say a few words, how you feel and how you...
Congratulations, Gabriella. Thanks for being with us.
I am so proud of her. She came on this morning by herself. Mother wasn't there. Gabby, I'm proud of you, darling. Go on, unmute your mic and say hello and tell us about the journey and whatever you want to say.
We seem to have lost one or two of the members, so you could probably message her and
Yeah,
encourage her to rejoin.
unfortunately, she doesn't have a mobile phone. It's a laptop she has.
Okay.
But I will try and see if I can even email her and she
Okay.
can come on.
Yes, once she comes back in,
The
just
floor
let
will
us
be
know
hers.
and she could, yes.
Yeah.
Great. So I'm wanting to share my screen and start on success mindset. And Deborah Gibran can assist me with this as well as Deborah, you feel free, Debra Charles. Right, guys. So mindset is everything. If you have a positive mindset, a growth mindset, then most likely you are to succeed. You are likely to have success. Anyone else agrees with that? That mindset is everything. What does success mean to you? When I saw Marsha's slide, I thought, Marsha must have been peeping at my notes while I was, creating my PowerPoint. So she's right on target. You're on the same page, and that's wonderful. So the question is, what does success mean to you? So let's have some volunteers. One or two other persons who would like to say what success means to them. Marsha spoke about success being in the category of academics, maybe luxury items, your popularity. What does success mean to you?
For me, success means when you achieve your goal, that you set out to do. So it's achieving the target or your aim that you set out to do.
Yeah, that's wonderful, Marlyn. Success ties directly into your goals, into having SMART goals, goals that are specific and measurable, achievable, goals that you can actually, you can go back after a while and say, okay, did I achieve this? And you can actually measure and calculate, yes, I did. Okay. So you've hit your target, according to Marlyn. So your goals must be time bound. Okay, so you must actually have a time frame that, okay, well, I would like to save, say your goal is to save some money. You don't just say, I'd like to save, money. Money could be $2, money could be $10 billion. So I would like to save $500, in my bank account at Unit Trust, by 31st of December, 2022. So it's specific, how much money you'd like to save, by what time, and where you'd like to save the money. Okay, so when that time comes, you can look back now and say, okay, on the 31st of December or January, first week of January, you actually see, did I achieve my goal? Did I save $500 in my Unit Trust bank account by this time? Okay, so success does tie into achievement of your goals. Goal setting and success, they really go hand in hand. Anyone else would like to contribute?
Yes. Good morning. Good morning. I'm Florence from Suriname. Success means, to me, success means that when you go back. I give an example. When you go to school, you start at school and you end it. You stay at school till you do everything. You pass every class and you end it and get your diploma in your hands. That is some kind of positive mindset, and it's a success that you get from that moment.
Complete your schooling, being able to stay in school to learn and to complete whatever qualification that you were aiming for. Wonderful.
For me, success depends upon my challenges, and what some of my challenges in being successful is that I had to adapt to being uncomfortable, and being the most uncomfortable, it leads me into a direction when I overcome to be uncomfortable, I'm most comfortable, and that is where I achieve all my success. And in the whole, in general, it's for a lifetime. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Diane. That's wonderful. It means overcoming your challenges, being able to move from that zone where you're uncomfortable till you've adapted to the situation and you're now comfortable. Okay, so it's adapting to change, growing. Again, it falls into the category of having a growth mindset, that willingness to grow, to learn, to adapt. And we'll see all of that coming into play very shortly. About mindset and learning and growth, they all come together. Anybody else?
Hi, this is Donna calling for Donna Morton Morgan, Women of Culture Inc., Florida. I would just encourage that sometimes even as adults, it's so not easy to feel successful, even though we get it, we have everything. Sometimes there's this hold, we get the job, we get the career, and then there's still that feeling like I'm not successful. And it's important to just encourage yourself daily, to just tell yourself, good job throughout the day, as you're walking, as you're doing the dishes, taking a shower, wherever you are. Encourage yourself, good job, to keep that mindset, because the mindset is everything. And part of keeping it strong and in a positive vibration is to just say, good job for losing the weight that you wanted, good job for finishing up the course, good job for running the race even though you didn't win. So continue to be your first best friend. Good job. You'd be surprised how hearing that voice throughout the day encourages you.
That one really resonates with me because, as adults, sometimes we meet our goals and we have so many, successes, other persons would class as successes, and we still don't feel it. We really have to keep encouraging ourselves. That sometimes I wonder how, the youths, the teens, the young ones really manage, because it's really a struggle for them. They're now coming up and growing and achieving, and sometimes we've achieved so much and we still don't feel it. So I know it's a struggle. It really is a struggle, for the young girls coming up, and we really need to keep encouraging ourselves and encouraging each other. I think that support, that peer support is really, really important. Okay, and keep encouraging yourself and believing in yourself. Thanks so much, Donna, for that one. Anyone else would like to contribute?
I'm seeing Jenny John's hand is up. Jenny?
I think success means to me, like, if you want to achieve a goal, it can be any type of goal, like a short-term, long-term, or mid-term goal. And when you have reached your goal, you are finally done.
Thanks very much, Sinead, for that. So you've achieved that goal, but you're always setting, once you're living, you're always setting more goals and keep going and achieving more and more. Okay. Thank you. Anybody else before we move on?
Yeah, I will make a contribution to what was said earlier by Donna, with the mindset always have to be, always have to be feeding it. Yes. Feeding your mind, feeding your mindset, keeping it, stable. I think that is important, because even if you reach your goals, you have accomplished the goals that you, placed for yourself. Sometimes you feel like, am I doing enough? Have I reached where I can reach, or is there further that I can go? And you have to keep, as Marsha had indicated, what she started in her presentation, marvelous presentation, by the way, was cognitive behavior. It's called cognitive behavioral therapy, where you feed your mind positive thoughts, so your behavior becomes positive as well. So you do the things that you have to do to keep that mindset running.
Positive, feeding our minds positive thoughts and positive, materials, what we look at, what we listen to, and positive affirmations. I think especially as teens, it's so important, the content that we feed our minds. And that's why, social media is so important for teens at this age, and listening and looking at the right types, social media. There's, TikTok and Instagram, but what are you looking at? What are you feeding your mind? Ensure that it's positive, ensure that it's something that will help you to progress and reach your goal, okay, and not deter you from where you need to be. So it's very important, the influences that you take in at this point in time in your life. Thanks so much.
Real quick, Simone,
Sure.
You see how we feed our bodies throughout the day? We feed our bodies 3 times, but we think about fueling our minds, and actually because of the mindset, and because of the mindset, how it was basically developed, our beliefs from early childhood, we have to work extra hard change the mindset to have a growth mindset. So now, instead of just 3 times a day, you're saying affirmations, you're really throughout the day. I call it little 2 minutes with God throughout the day of just saying positive things about yourself. And what that does is it's planting seeds into the mind. You don't see it yet, you don't feel it yet, but just know you're planting the seeds. But it has to be done on purpose. You have to talk to yourself, have a mental chatter with yourself throughout the day, all day long, quietly.
Yeah, thanks so much for that, Donna. That is so, so true. I just want to refer persons that I've recently been listening to a lady, Louise, and she's got a recording, I Can Do It. And there's so many positive affirmations for relationships, affirmations for, you know, health and wealth, and being positive in order to encourage that positive energy into, you know, your life and having that right mindset. And she also has another one about loving yourself, right? And it fell right into the topic of, you know, self-confidence and self-esteem that we spoke about, because if you love yourself, then you'll be able to love others and everything else will come, right? But you have to really, you know, have that self-confidence, self-esteem, and it's showing you, you know, various ways of how to keep fueling that love for yourself. Okay, so maybe something that the girls, we can, you know, send out afterwards and they can have a look at if they like. It's on YouTube. Right, guys, so success means different things to different people, as we said before. However, in order to achieve success, you must develop a success mindset, okay? So it's like, how do you develop a success mindset? You might be asking, okay, well, you know, success mindset, yes, but how, okay? So what is a success mindset, first of all, and how do you develop it? So these are the questions that you're supposed to be asking now yourself. What's a success mindset? And how am I going to develop a success mindset in order to be successful in life, in whichever aspect, you know, that I choose? So a success mindset, right, is a mindset adapted to learning, okay? Persons who learn, who are open and willing to learning, would be eventually developing a success mindset without them even realizing it, okay? So it's no extra effort that you have to put in, really, just the concept of being able to, you know, to learn, being willing and, you know, doing what it takes to learn and to grow each day, okay? It's not fixed, it's a growth mindset, okay? So once you're open to learning, therefore your brain will continue to be learning, growing, changing, and it would be adapting to a growth mindset. And you will see the changes in the way that you behave eventually, okay? And the successes that you attract. So learning is a means of honing our skills, okay? Enriching our minds and changing the way we see things in the world. That's what learning is about, okay? It's continuous development. So you never finish learning because you finish high school or because you finish a degree. You never finished with learning. Each day we are learning. We don't actually have to be in the classroom to be learning, but in life we are learning as we go through. Each experience should be a learning experience and we should be growing from it, okay? So in a practical sense, learning is a fundamental tool humans use to grow and to better themselves, okay? Better learners become better leaders. Now I'd like to ask, are you a leader or are you a follower? So how many hands have we got up for leaders? I'm going to be looking to see. Let's look at those hands. Gabby's back in with us. I'm seeing hands raised.
Well, I'm also
Okay.
seeing Deborah's hand is raised as well.
Lovely.
And you know, she's one of our new leaders. So Deborah,
Definitely.
go ahead,
Yes.
Deborah.
Deborah's our champion in Dominica.
Yes, I just, you know, Donna just came on and said, you know, you have to speak positively, and that everybody's been echoing that, but I've actually created a practice. You know, I looked at the Chinese come on and do the Thai yoga, Tai Chi they do from 8 to 80 every morning. That is a practice. And I'm like, why did I create a practice that, you know, the world can follow? So I've created this trilogy to happiness, and one of the affirmations I have is the I am affirmations. You just said, Simone, that this lady developed the I can, but I developed the I am, like I am being in outrageous love and acceptance of myself just the way I am in this moment. I am being cleansed of anything that does not serve me anymore. I am being courageous. And then you do body tapping, and this really helps your mind. And you can do it several times of the day when you're feeling anxious or stressed, or you can just make it, you know, a workout routine in the morning before you start your day. So just wanted to share that.
Thanks so much, Deborah. I think we could share that with the girls in our next email, some of the techniques, you know.
Yes, and I can even
Wonderful.
do something virtually as well. I mean, you know, we can go through a little one and, you know, get them to, you know, do the little body tapping and with the I am affirmations. It's very powerful.
Okay, great. So what kind of mindset do you have? Do you have a growth mindset? Okay, or do you have a fixed mindset? So I'd like a volunteer to read the growth mindset, some of the properties of having a growth mindset. So just unmute your mics.
Can I read?
Sure.
Growth mindset. I can learn anything I want to. When I'm frustrated, I persevere. I want to challenge myself. When I fail, I learn. Tell me I try hard. If you succeed, I'm inspired. My thoughts and attitude determine everything.
Thank you, Shanae. Great. So with a growth mindset, you think, I can learn anything I want to. Okay. So there's nothing that I cannot learn. It's not too difficult. Once I put my mind to it, I can do it. A growth mindset is I can. The fixed mindset would be a negative, you know, I can't. Okay. It would be, I'm either good at it or I'm not. Okay. So some people say, well, I'm not good at math. I'm not good at English. You know, I'm not good at that. But if you put your mind to it, I can be good at math. I can be good at English. I can learn geometry. I can. Okay. So that's the difference between a growth and a fixed mindset. When I'm frustrated, I persevere. If you have a growth mindset, you persevere. Okay. Perseverance is the key, believe me, because you won't always get it, you know, within the first try or the second try, or maybe the 10th or the 20th, but you keep trying. Don't give up. A fixed mindset gives up at the first, you know, sight of resistance. Okay. So I want to challenge myself. A growth mindset challenges themselves. Okay. So I don't like to be challenged. People with a fixed mindset, they don't like to be challenged. Okay. They like things, you know, to kind of flow really easy, fall into their laps, according to the saying. Okay. So when I fail, I learn. Okay. So failure is an opportunity to learn and to grow. Okay. So don't think, well, I've failed, so I'm a failure. That defines me. It doesn't define you. Okay. It's an opportunity for you to learn and to grow. So people who have a fixed mindset say when they fail, you know, I'm not good. You know, I'm nothing. I'm nobody. I'm not good at this. I'm not good at that. I'm a failure. Okay. So we have to move away from those types of, you know, thoughts and move into, when I fail, this is an opportunity for me to learn. What lesson can I learn from this? What good can I gain from this, you know, experience? Okay. And how could I avoid this maybe repeating itself? Tell me I try hard. Okay. So persons with a growth mindset, okay, they like to be encouraged and, you know, telling them that they try hard. But persons now like to feel that they're smart. They have a fixed mindset. So tell me I'm smart. So that's a comfort to them. Okay. But trying hard and keep, you know, and keep trying. This is what a growth mindset is all about, because once you're learning, you're always keeping at it. Okay. You're never really done. So if you succeed, if you succeed, you're inspired. I'm inspired. Okay. So persons with a good mindset are inspired when they succeed. And if you succeed, I feel threatened. That's the opposite. Okay. So persons with a fixed mindset, you know, they feel threatened by other persons who are successful. Okay. They may be envious or jealous, etc. So you always have to watch some of those traits when you see them coming up. Okay. Watch them. So my effort and attitude determine everything. So the effort that you put into something and the attitude that you have a positive attitude, okay, that says a lot. Okay, it determines the outcome of something. If you have a positive attitude and a good mindset, you put the effort in, you will achieve, okay? And my abilities determine everything. So sometimes persons with a fixed mindset, they're thinking, well, it's my ability. So if I don't have the ability to do this, then, you know, I can't do anything at all. I'm a failure, I'm nothing. So we want to move away from that type of mindset into a growth mindset. And why? Why is it important to adopt the right mindset? Okay. So can anybody tell me from this chart here, why is it important to adopt the right mindset? Feel free to unmute your mics. We have mindset in the middle, and we have some other words around, and that gives us an idea why it's important to have the right mindset. And we're going to start here with attitude. Feel free to unmute your mics, guys. Yes, Princess.
Based on your situation that you're going through, you have to have the right attitude, a good attitude to see how you can better yourself in that situation, what good you can get out of that situation instead of looking at the bad or not trying in that situation. You have to keep looking for what's good, seeing the light, continue thinking positively. Thank you.
Thanks, Princess. Okay, so let's move on. In the chart, we have attitude, and we want to move on to the other aspect. So let's look at the chart and give an indication as to why it's important to adopt the right mindset. Having the right attitude leads into, notice we have arrows going around.
One of my big saying is your attitude will dictate your altitude.
Ah, yes, that's correct. If you have the right attitude, you're going to reach a high altitude.
Simone, I'm seeing Kalia says in the chat here that if you don't have the right mindset, it may be more difficult to achieve your goal.
Right, very good, thank you. So what we're looking at is having the right attitude, where the arrow leads into. The right attitude brings on the right behavior, because if you have the right attitude, you would behave in a particular way. Okay, and that behavior would cause you to have the right action. Okay, and that action would bring the correct results, and the results would bring performance generally. That way you would achieve your goals. Okay, so your attitude influences your behavior, which would then influence the action that you take. Okay, which would then influence the results that you get and your performance overall. So that's why it's important to have a good mindset, a positive mindset, a growth mindset. Okay, because if you have a positive mindset, you will have a positive attitude. If you have a positive attitude, you will exhibit the right type of behavior. Okay, your behavior now would lead you to perform certain actions, and through those actions, you would get certain results, and that would influence your performance generally with you achieving whatever goals, etc. Now it's the opposite. If you have a bad attitude, then your behavior would exhibit bad characteristics. Then you would be having bad actions resulting, you wouldn't do the correct things, and then your results would not be good, and then your performance as well overall would be poor. So that's why it's important, right, guys? Adopting the right mindset for learning can take time, okay, because it's about training our brains. It's as Donna and Deborah were saying, you have to be, affirming and, reassuring yourself and continually feeding yourself the right type of, words and right type of, attitudes. Okay. So it takes a while for our growth mindset to develop. So don't expect it to happen overnight, that you start this training today and then tomorrow you suddenly have a growth mindset and all is well. Okay. It takes a while for you to train your brain day after day, minute after minute, hour after hour, and keep feeding yourself positivity. Okay. It's a work in progress. As long as you're alive, it's a work in progress. Okay. So how can you change from a fixed to growth mindset? Okay. So learn to hear your fixed mindset voice. Okay. So you have to be in tune with yourself and how you feel, your emotions. So it kind of goes back to emotional intelligence, being aware, of who you are, how you feel in the moment. Okay. And the thoughts that are coming to mind. Okay. So you have to be assessing and you realize, oh, that's a fixed mindset. It's telling me that, well, I made a mistake, so therefore I am a failure. I feel that this. So that's a fixed mindset. Okay. What you need to do is shift it now to a growth mindset. So you recognize that you have a choice. You don't have to think that way. Okay. You don't have to think that way. So you talk back to yourself in a growth mindset. So the opposite would be, okay, well, I made a mistake, I'm a failure. The opposite would be, now, I made a mistake, this is an opportunity for me to learn. What can I learn from this, right? And how can I do this better next time? So now you're talking to yourself in the growth mindset voice, and you're taking growth mindset action now, okay? So now you're going to do something, okay, that is going to influence the outcome of the situation in a positive way. So that's how you move from a fixed to a growth mindset, okay? You become aware of how you think, how you feel, you fix mindset thoughts, okay? And you're going to shift now to be thinking, okay, how can I think in a growth mindset way? And you're going to be thinking the opposite, basically, okay? And you're going to be feeding yourself that and moving into the action that will promote, you know, a growth mindset or the right results, okay? Moving from that attitude and exhibiting behavior and actions to get the results that you want. Okay, so mindset, it impacts your body because, and this falls in line with what was said earlier on, you know, it influences your body, your mind, the way that you think influences your body, okay, how your body acts. So your mind and your body, they're not separate entities, they work together, okay? So if you feed your mind positive things, then your body would react positively. If you feed your mind negative things, then your body will become sick or diseased, okay? And what's good for one is good for the other. So learning can help your body, okay? It can help you discover better tips, how to take care of yourself, how to exercise, how to eat, the right type of diet. So that's why learning is important. It's good that you have an attitude to learn, because when you learn now, how can I take care of myself better? Self-care tips, you know, how can I have a better diet? How can I exercise, you know, to bring about the results that I would like to achieve, okay? Having proper rest is so important as well for your body to rejuvenate. So exercising is great for your mind as well, okay? Not only, you know, feeds your body, but it feeds your mind, okay? Studies have shown that those who exercise, they're able to focus and concentrate better on their task at hand. Okay, so keeping your mind and body sharp, they go hand in hand. Okay, so you have to feed, you know, as Donna was saying earlier on, I believe it's Donna, that, you know, we feed our bodies, but we don't feed our minds. So it's so important to know that you have to feed both your body and your mind. They go hand in hand. You can't feed one without the other because they go hand in hand. Okay, so regular exercise changes your brain. Okay, it has been proven that regular exercise changes the makeup of your brain. So therefore, it's important that you exercise, you eat the right type of foods, okay? So that it will improve your memory, your thinking, and your whole generally your mindset, okay? Change your mindset. So if you have a negative or fixed mindset, you'll be gonna move into a positive or growth mindset. So I'd just like to open the floor for Deborah Gibran, so she could contribute to this topic.
While we wait for Deborah, the other portion that I teach on fueling your mind, fueling your body, but also fueling the soul. And that is gratitude. And so it's really important when you mix all these things, when you mix that gratitude daily, because you know how sometimes we wake up and we don't even thank God for waking us up. We just wake up and we're complaining and grumbling about school and work. And when we take the time, falling asleep, waking up before class, throughout the day, same little 2-minute interjections, thank you, God. Thank you. You will feel how that just makes your heart, it just brings that love. It's important as you go through your life to incorporate gratitude, fueling your mind, fueling your heart with love and encouraging yourself. You may be in a situation where there's no one there telling you that they love you, no one telling you how awesome you are. So you have to learn all these components to be your first cheerleader, okay? Practice gratitude. It just takes a few few minutes. You know, I'm so proud of you. Talk to yourself. I'm so proud of you for coming, being on this forum today, for signing up. I'm so proud of you. You could have been outside playing. I'm so proud of you for doing what's necessary to get to the next level, to grow your mindset, to connect with God. I'm proud of you. And you say these things to yourself throughout the day. No one has to know what you're doing. Your life will be, because the energy you're setting out is love. So you're going to be successful, but also you're going to learn how to maintain your success and not let it stress you out. Or when you come through and you approach hurdles and obstacles and trials and tribulations in life, that gratitude teaching is going to just keep you in that mindset of love and peace.
Thanks, Donna. Wow, that is so true. We have to be grateful every day we get up, because sometimes we're so burdened by the cares of life that as soon as we get up, we think, oh, I have this to do, I have that to do, I have the other to do. And we start grumbling before we're actually grateful for that breath of life, which we have no control over. So that is so true, Donna. We have Commissioner Cole wants to make a comment.
Good morning. Thank you very much for having me. I wanted to leave a very inspirational, motivational song with all the children, and I think they know it because most of them may have watched Zootopia. In 2016, Disney aired a movie, Zootopia, the animation. But in that movie, Shakira sings a very powerful song, which speaks to trying again. And so it says, I won't give up, I won't give in until I reach the end, and then I'll start again. I want to try everything, even though I know that I could fail. So for me, that particular song motivates you if they keep it as a daily mantra, if it's something that they can wake up to and sing. I won't give up, I won't give in until I meet the end, and then I'll start again. It means that you will continue to try. It's like trying to ride your bicycle the first time you start with training wheels, and then eventually they take off the training wheels, and then you learn to go a little. You may even fall and bruise up your knee, but then you're going to get up, back, get on the bicycle, you're going to try again, and you're going to continue to ride. So life may give you many challenges, and the Japanese proverb says, I think, fall down 7 and get up 8. It's how you bounce back, how you're able to be resilient in all the challenges. So I want them to try again and to use the song from Zootopia by Shakira to try again as they go through their daily lives and their challenges. I thank you. God bless you all.
Thanks for that inspirational song, and we'll see if we can pull that song at the end to inspire the girls. Anybody else wants to make a comment before Deborah comes on?
You got to be around positive people in life, because positive people learn you a lot more than negative people. Most of the people today be around negative people, and that is influencing the things that I do in life. That is something I learned in life.
Yeah, what I heard Florence saying, you have to surround yourself with positive people because they will help you most with your growth and to help you to keep you positive. That's what I get from what she's saying. I know there's a lot of echoing.
I appreciate the contribution from Florence, though. Ladies, I just want to give you an encouragement that it's okay if the environment you are in doesn't always give the best audio or even be conducive to the meeting. It is important that even with the success mindset, we understand our environment will not always support our efforts. There's no reason to be embarrassed or ashamed because you don't have a private study or living room. There's no reason to be concerned because a dog is barking in the background. This season of our life is just one part of our journey. We may not stay here. This might be where we're beginning. So it's okay. I'm glad that there are those of you who want to say what you're saying, who have things to say, but are concerned about how it might come across. This is the place to speak up. This is the place to try. This is the place to learn. So I want to thank and encourage Florence and those of you who have environments, who have the background noise, who have the daddy coming in the room, who have the neighbor doing woodwork, whatever it is going on, try, put it out there, raise your voice, make your statement. So I just wanted to take that note and thank you guys for trying, even though things around you might not be in your favor.
Thanks very much for that, Ricardo. Thanks for encouraging the girls. As Ricardo rightfully said, sometimes environment, but the most important thing is that you're trying, okay? And we will try to meet you where you're at.
Hi, Simone. This is Dr. Robyn from the US. If it's okay if I just say something to the girls. I'm loving what I'm hearing you all say today about what success means to you and about goal setting. One of the things that I've learned early on in my life was to set goals that are realistic in terms of weekly goals, maybe you might have monthly goals or 6 months, and take it one step at a time. Sometimes life can become overwhelming and we set these really high, lofty goals, and when we don't make them, it becomes a major disappointment to us, which can cause many other issues. So try making weekly goals, our monthly goals, and even an annual goal. I'm done speaking. I just wanted to let them know it's okay to break those goals and aspirations down into bite-sized experiences that will keep them motivated and encouraged. It works for me. I still do that. It works for me.
Okay.
I'm sorry, one more thing. And once you reach a goal, set more goals. Just don't stop setting goals. You just replace it with the next and the next. Like to the young lady earlier today who she had never won anything, and then she kept going and finally made second place. Maybe her next goal would be to get first place. So you just got to keep going. And once you reach a goal, just keep resetting goals and you'll be encouraged and motivated just from that alone. Okay, Simone, I'm done speaking.
Thanks, Dr. Joppy.
Yes, could I say something, please?
Sure.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I wasn't going to say anything. I'm actually recovering from COVID, but I'm hoping that my voice will carry through and you can all hear me. But I wanted to share for the girls, because maybe there might not be another opportunity, please consider, even though, yes, you're studying at school, but study yourselves, make yourself be the subject, understand yourself. If you have a thought come into your mind that is negative, don't just push it away. Take the time to say, okay, that thought came in. Why did I think that? Get a pen out, write it down. I thought this, and then I immediately thought this. Why? Why did I immediately think that? What makes me feel that I can't achieve this, or I'm not good enough, etc. And keep asking yourself question after question after question until you get to that point where you understand this is why I reacted that way. This is part of the growth pattern that you can take yourself through so that you can achieve a positive mindset. So I just wanted to share that. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much for your contribution, Maria. We really appreciate it. Thank you. Deborah Gibran?
Okay. Yes, let me share my screen.
Sure. Right, guys, so this is going to be an interactive session, our mental health check-in session. So please feel free to be engaged. Don't be shy.
For the record, sorry, Debbie, before you start, I just want to let you guys know that in the editing of this video, I will be removing the names from both from any audio that comes up, and depending on the nature of the conversation, I will also remove that from the recording. So in terms of the check-in, I know it's not supposed to be intense, but I'm also going to do everything we possibly can to protect your privacy, even if it means eliminating it from the recording, from the YouTube posting itself. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Ricardo. Yeah, that's good. So, you know, it will encourage more to interact. So, well, checking in with your mental health, you know, it starts with assessing how you are feeling, right? So how are you feeling today? Anyone can start from this picture. What number are you right now? I think I'm at a 7. Anybody else? Come on, just say a number.
An 8.
An 8, okay. Well, I've seen some things in the chat. 8. 2 persons at 8. 6, 10, 7. Okay, at 8. Well, I'm glad to see nobody's at a 1 and nobody's at 5. Oh, someone is at 5. Someone is at 6. Okay. All right. It's important to know how you're feeling. You know, you're checking with yourself day to day on a daily basis. That is important. So you can have, you know, change the way that you think so that your feelings could eventually change, or you'll be able to, by doing that, by checking in on how you feel, you'll be able to identify anything that is happening, underlying things that are happening, whether it's anxiety, whether something's bothering you, you know, whether something is challenging, things like that. So another question, what has been worrying you lately? How was your week? Were there anything that was worrying you for the past week that you could share with us? As Ricardo said, he will not put in any names or videos or anything. CSEC, okay, said CSEC is bothering her, right? When I call the name.
Hi, Debbie. Just want to point out in the chats that came up, we had 1 or 2 people say that they were at 4 and at 2 in terms of how they're feeling today.
Let me check. Okay, so someone is at 2, someone is at 4. Oh boy. So the persons who feel at 2 or at 4, you know, something probably is worrying you. You want to share what has been worrying you, or you want us to do that separate? You know, we could go into a breakout room and we could talk about that. What has been bothering you, or what is worrying you, or why you feel you are at 2 or 4. Okay, some said school, the store price of school supplies, going back to school, going back to work, approaching, yes, university, 3rd year. Yes, that is challenging as well. Sometimes school. So a lot of you have school. School is something that has been worrying you. Socializing. Now, I wanted to stress here that what I said earlier, if you want to, you could message me privately, you could message Ricardo or Simone privately. And if you want to talk about what is happening with you, we are only too able to help. Okay, just want to put that out there. If something is bothering you and you need to talk to us. So for this week, were you providing your body with its basic needs? Were you able to eat properly, to drink enough water, to get in some exercise? Someone said in the chat, they're so calm that they can make their own drama. Okay, that's really funny. Try to get enough sleep. That is important. You know, sleep is a way in which that rejuvenates our cells. it helps us to, you know, be able to function on a daily basis. So getting enough sleep is important. And I know a lot of students, they're not able to get enough sleep because, you know, you're working on projects, you're working homework, you have chores to do on top of that, you know, you have all these things working for you and you don't have enough time to do it. But you have to try. You have to try to get in as much sleep as you can on a nightly basis. Okay, so some people said here that they get enough food to eat, they eat properly, they take brisk walks or do some exercise and they sleep. Okay, very good. That is very good. So what are you doing to bring yourself joy? You know, it's the little things that counts. Anyone wants to share what they do? It doesn't have to be on this list. What they do to bring themselves some sort of joy? Watch television. Yes, yes. I do that too. Now, I cannot see the hands that are up. So if your hand is up to speak, you can go ahead and unmute your mic and say, you know, something, share.
I'm seeing, is it Cherise?
Yes, like what I do to make myself feel better is I draw a lot or I go to tennis. I have a tennis group. I love tennising and swimming. Yeah.
That is very good. That is really, really good.
There's lots of stuff in the chat. There's watching Netflix, eating food. Some people comfort eat, like myself.
Yeah, I do that too. But you have to mind that comfort eat.
Oh yeah, it's not
called
good.
stress eating. Some people stress eat, and that is what makes you put on the weight, and then you have more problems.
That's correct.
So
then
you have
try to lose the weight.
Yes, be mindful of those things.
Yes.
Keep it in the back of your mind. You know, am I eating too much, and what am I eating?
What? That's correct. Yeah, that's a dangerous one.
Yeah, because you can't eat comfort. You know, comfort in eating, but then is, you know, what it is you eat, junk food. You know, things like watching Netflix. A lot of people like to watch Netflix.
Yeah.
I think I have a lot of in common with these girls here. Laughing. Yeah. Yeah.
We have TikTok and listen to music, dance, do yoga, paint, sewing.
What is
Jenny likes to
MSA?
sew.
MSA is a kind of animated cartoon like stuff. Yeah.
Okay. So it's like a cartoon movie or shows?
It's like a series of stuff, of different things, all come into one story, but different characters, which relates to different stories. And based on true stories.
All right, but it's cartoon.
Yeah, it's like people telling their own stories. They send it to this My Story Animated, and they animate it and tell people their stories.
Oh, in animation. Oh, that sounds like fun. That sounds nice. Drawing, watching TV. Okay.
Gardening.
Yes, well, that's
Deborah has a
similar
to myself.
Simone.
Huh?
I said that's straight up your alley.
Oh yes, my favorite.
Simone, I have a new experience. It's called dancing with weeds. You come and then I cook on a big pot outside on wood, and you weed and you listen to music and you tell jokes. And the other one I have is axing and release. I just bought an axe and I will go in the garden and axe coconut, and you know there's a competition around it. Who can axe the most coconut on the 5-minute wins? And you know, every time some people like, oh, when I axe that coconut, I will think about, you know, something that happened to me and I want to kill that thing. And you know, it's just axe and release.
Lovely. Deborah, I need to pay you a visit. I really need to pay you a visit. You're having some fun there, girl.
Yeah, man. Yes.
Lovely, lovely techniques. Strange. I mean, it's just strange how we cope with things, and it works, you know, once it's working, you know, and it's nothing toxic.
No,
you know, that will backfire
and it's healthy
on you
as well. It makes you fit in your body and your mind, your spirit, and it hits you at soul level. When you finish with that abstinent release, you know, you're sweating and you're like pump up and you're ready to go. Like bring it on, bring it on.
Yeah.
I need to get an axe. I'm gonna go to
Yes,
the
girl.
hardware.
Highly recommend getting an axe. I got an axe a few weeks ago, and that was one of my best buy. It was so sweet when I axed my first tree. I've got a photo of a little video clip of it. I didn't know I could have done it.
Wow.
And I was never able to open a dry coconut with the cuttlers because I broke my wrist. That's a whole nother story. But the axe is my new best friend.
Lovely.
But as a small axe, we have an axe home, but it's one of those big, heavy axe. I can't even lift it up. It's like one of those
the old
back in time axe.
Right.
Yeah, but it's that sounds like fun. You know, even punching a bag, because I mean everybody have these pent up energies. They have anxiety. They have their stress. They have their worries. And things like that, even if you don't want to take a walk in the sun, or you want to read a book, you want to do something that is more active, then punch something, take a cushion and punch. You know what works too? Screaming. Screaming actually lets out energy. Scream at the top of your lungs. I mean, it's hard to do that.
It depends on where you're living. If you're living in
That
a
is
very,
it.
Populated residential area, people might think something's happening to you.
Exactly. Well, take a cushion. I mean, try to smother yourself, but scream it out. Someone says crying. Yeah. Crying works because you're getting it out. Because you keep that in it, and it just builds on the toxic, those toxic things that is in you. So you have to let it out. So that is good. I'm glad we have so much things that people do.
And what I also like to do when I'm working like out in the garden, and then I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed and my staff is there, I will go, ha, 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 ha. Try it. Everybody should try that. That is really good. When you do that, you engaging with your breath, and it's just so hilarious and funny. Everybody will just start laughing. And another one I like to do is the monkey one.
I think we'll have to try those techniques here.
Yeah.
It's just some powerful thing. Yeah, you must try it. Especially when you're out in the garden, or and you can even do it around people. Sometimes I'm in the kitchen, I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed. I go into my monkey laugh, or maybe my donkey laugh, or whatever, and it just lightens up the mood straight away.
Because laughing and breath work really,
yes,
helps. Yeah,
and it is contagious. So even if someone is having a bad day, or not so good day, and you start with the monkey laugh, or the groan or something like that, you get them to be laughing too. So it kind of releases some of their built up.
It's like when you laugh, the world laughs at you.
Yeah, it's very
or laughs with you, not at you.
Well, even if they laugh at you, at least they laugh, right?
Yeah, they laugh at me sometimes, and I'm like, yes, I am cuckoo. I know I am cuckoo. And they're like, no, Deborah, you're not cuckoo. I like, just a little bit.
And I'm also curious to find out from Marsha what she does.
Mm-hmm.
What she does in moments like those. I don't know if I could see Marsha with an axe or doing kickboxing or anything. I don't know.
I love to dance. So I dance and I sing, and I do full body movement. So I dance bare feet because I like to feel that the ground underneath me, right? So whether I'm indoors, outdoors, I like to do that and just move and dance in your most as flexible as you could make your body, and just go with it, and have no inhibitions with who is looking. If you sound good and I'm singing with the song, it doesn't matter to me if I'm a soprano or whatever singer. No, I am just going with it and just enjoying it. So that's one of the things I like to do. But I will try Deborah's suggestions there, right?
Go on, let me hear the horse. Go on, practice.
let me practice offline first, and then I'll give it to you.
So ask yourself, who do I have in my corner? Having a strong support system is essential to your mental health. Someone who you can go to, someone who you can trust, someone or some persons who you can be yourself around, and things like that. So who do you have in your corner? My family. Very good. me, okay, your brother, mom, bestie, friends. It's important to have social support. It's important to have someone who you can go to when you have certain issues that is happening with you. My dog, yes, your grandma, children, yes. You know, and you know, your social support can also be God, right? Because when you start to pray, you feel a sense of peace that comes over you when you have issues. So a very, very, very strong support system is God and prayers. God, myself, family, friends, right? Sisters, sons. That is very good. At least we have support systems. The internet, okay. So what I want you to do, it's called, we wouldn't do the 4-4-4, but it's a breathing exercise. So if everyone can just relax in their chair, you know, you sit back. If you can place your feet on the floor and feel your feet on the floor. You know, you could maybe take off your shoes if you want, your slipper, or just be barefoot, or keep on your shoes. It doesn't matter. Plant your feet firmly on the ground. Try to lean back on your chair or wherever you are sitting. And we're going to breathe in on the count of 3. Now, when you're breathing, who could close their eyes? Who feels safe to close their eyes? They can. If not, you can leave your eyes open. What you're going to do is you're going to breathe in on the count of 3, and you're going to hold that breath on the count of 4. And then I'll tell you what to do after. So let's just breathe in through your nose on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in slowly. As deep a breath that you can, and hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it out slowly through your mouth. You're blowing it out very, very slowly. Then you do it again. On the count of 3, you take a deep breath through your nose. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it out slowly through your mouth. All right, another mindful exercise that we can do, sitting where you are with your feet planted on the floor. Take your hands, both your hands, and put it forward to you. I don't know if you can see me, but put it in front of you, stretched out. And form your fist into a tight ball, as tight as you can, as tight as you can. Hold that, feel that fist being pulled, and then slowly let it out. Let it out meaning open your hands slowly and let it out. That's another exercise you can do when you're facing any type of challenge or anxiety, or even if you're feeling stressed or you're having a not so good day. That is something you can do. Another thing I would like you to do is, wherever you are sitting right now, if you can find some object, any object that you can find, whether it's a pen, and I don't know if you all could tell me what object you have that you can hold in your hand. A pen, your phone, a cup, whatever it is. A key. So tell me, anybody, what you holding in your hand?
A pencil.
A what?
A pencil, a book.
Right. Okay, hold your pencil. Someone says a cup, right? a key, right? Hold it in your hand. A book, very good. Phone, a stick. Right, I hope everybody has something that they're holding in their hand. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable to close your eyes. A key, right? And feel this object that you have in your hand. Feel the texture of it. Concentrate on that object. My beard. Okay, right, well, feel your beard. I had to shave mine. So hold that object and feel, use your fingers, your hands, you could use both hands. Close your eyes and feel it. Feel the texture of it. If it's smooth, if it's rough, and concentrate on that. Now, this is something that you can do also when your mind is overwhelmed with something, when your mind is overwhelmed with something that is happening, or you're feeling panicky, or you're feeling some sort of anxiety coming on, or you have had a stressful day and you want to try to unwind. This is another thing that you can do. Just sit where you are, and it doesn't take long. Place your mind on it, place your concentration. And when you close your eyes, now I know not all people can close their eyes because there are persons who have trauma-related issues and they cannot close their eyes. But if you leave your eyes open, try to concentrate on the touch, that touch of whatever you're feeling, whatever you are touching, the material, how it is shaped, how it feels to your touch, and concentrate on that for about 3 minutes. And that helps you to navigate those thoughts of stress or panic, anxiety, or whatever overwhelming thoughts that you may have, and it directs it onto that. And you feel a little better. Now, I want you guys for this week come in, try some of these exercises that we do here. The breathing exercises, the touching exercises, even the sensory that we talked about last week, using your 4 or 5 senses, and tell me if it worked. I don't know if anybody tried that we did last week. Anybody tried it?
Mommy, Mom.
Mommy, Mom, open your eyes. Anyone tried that we did last week? Those sensory exercises where we did what you see, what you hear, what you can touch, what you smell. Anyone did it?
I do it very often actually. So if when you're wrapping up, Debbie, I'm thinking maybe instead of playing a song or something like that, we could ask 1 or 2 of the girls and even a couple of our facilitators and partners to do that same sensory exercise, to just unmute and tell us what they could see, what they could smell, what they could hear, what they could touch. I think a nice group mindfulness exercise like that would be a pretty good way to wrap up. But I have one twist.
Yeah.
A little twist. I don't know if this is psychologically sound. I haven't done what you've done, but maybe after you tell us what you could see, what you could smell, what you could touch, what you could hear, because this is about success mindset, tell us something that you want to see.
Yes, we project onto the future. Yeah, that's a goal.
Right? So we'll activate your sense of vision. This is what we're going to do.
Yes.
Right? So I don't know if that would be a good way for us to probably spend our 5 or 10 minutes and see how many of the participants you could go through.
Yeah.
And that will tie in nicely the 2 weeks of work that we've done.
I agree. Yeah. So I don't know, Marsha, you want to take this one and lead this one out as you started?
Well, I would love to, accept not being here last week. I'm not sure what the practice was.
Okay.
Yes.
What you're doing is just asking us to where we sit, something that we can smell, we're using our senses.
Okay.
Something that we can see, something that we can smell, something that we can hear, something that we can touch.
Okay. Okay. All right. So may I start with you, Debbie?
Sure.
Okay. So at this moment, be very mindful of your environment. And can you please tell us what you can see?
I can see a ceiling fan in front of me.
What can you hear?
To be honest, here is so quiet that I can't, I hear the hum. I can
What
hear
can you
the
hear?
hum,
Get deeper into what
hum.
you could hear.
I can hear the hum of the AC.
Ah,
Yeah,
nice,
it's very
lovely.
mild, but I can still hear it.
Good. What can you touch? You were to stretch your hands, what would you be able to touch around you, or your feet on the floor?
I'm feeling a mat under my feet. It's very fuzzy. It's very soft. I feel like I could lie down on it and just sleep right now.
That sounds good. That sounds like something I would want to do too.
Oh, yes.
In your mind's eye, what would you want to see for yourself? Just as Ricardo suggested, we doing vision. What do you envision for yourself?
I would want to see myself being able to help more people to be mindfully aware of their own self-awareness, mindfully aware of the mental incapabilities that every person, including myself, has, and to be able to help them to formulate and create plans that can help them to progress in life.
And so
Okay.
it is. So it is. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I moved to Ricardo.
Oh, I didn't think this through.
Okay, just be in your moment, be in your
mhm.
space. What can you see?
I can see wardrobe doors.
What can you hear?
I can hear the sound of the AC in the background.
Yes. What can you touch?
My
Hands or
elbows,
feet?
I'm feeling the arms of the chair
How does it
that
feel?
I'm sitting in. It's hard, but it's not cold. It's not warm either, so it's a nice neutral temperature. Very smooth, and it's supportive. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes. I was going to lead you into that, but good. I'm glad you noticed. Yeah.
yeah.
Now, what in the canvas of your mind? What do you envision in the canvas of your mind for yourself?
I'm seeing more. I'm seeing myself speaking to more people. I'm seeing myself standing behind a podium in front of an audience, a stadium full of people. And the stage doesn't have any elaborate backdrops, no big speakers, no lighting. It is just a platform and an audience. Yeah.
How does your energy, I'm just taking one more question from you. How does your energy feel now that you're seeing that in your mind? Where's your energy level at now? Is it one of anticipation, excitement?
It is one of peace. It is
nice.
one of peace. It feels as if it's going to happen anyway. So it's about coming to terms with getting there. That is what it feels like. It feels like it's going to happen. If I could sit on a Saturday morning and speak to 40 to 50 young girls across the Caribbean and the world, minding my own business, it is going to happen. And this is how I get there.
So it is, and it's done. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I move to Simone. Simone, Let's sit in mindfulness. Let's enjoy this moment. What do you see that stands out to you?
I see my lamp, my desk lamp,
Yeah.
shining in my face.
What can you hear that
I can
is
hear
near?
the fan, buzzing, going.
How
Also
about what
dog
can you?
barking.
Oh, good, good. So you're opening up that space of listening. Nice. What can you feel? Either your hands, elbows, feet. What can you feel?
Pen, ballpoint pen, smooth, plastic, kind of clear. Yeah.
In your mind's eye, what can you envision for yourself?
Envision a big plot of land, just like a wooden structure, just breeze and nature and trees around, just peace, tranquility, that kind of, outdoor kind of setting, just tranquility. Yeah, that's my vision.
Does it bring, what kind of sense does it bring to you? What kind of feeling, what kind of energy,
Freedom.
what kind?
Freedom.
Yes.
Freedom, that's nature, freedom.
So it is, and it is done for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's get in the moment, Euthalia. What can you see in your environment that stands out to you?
Trees.
What can you hear?
Oh my goodness, so many sounds. I have children and each of them on a tablet. So I'm hearing that. I'm hearing dishes in the sink. I'm hearing vehicles passing outside of my house. I'm hearing so many sounds.
Can I ask you to zone in on one sound that stands out the most to you?
I think it's the dishes washing. And I think it has to do with the water and the little clatter of the cups and stuff.
Yeah, sometimes the smallest things make the loudest sounds.
Yes.
Sometimes, yes. Tell me, what can you feel? Either your hands or your feet, your elbows, where you're sitting. What can you feel?
Well, I actually have a pen in my hands, and while I talk to you, I'm actually basically caressing the pen. So I'm feeling the smoothness of this apparatus in my hands.
I want to ask you to look into your imagination. What do you have? What can you see for yourself in your mind's eye?
Managing about 6 agro-processing plants, actually seeing myself in the different plants.
Tell me more about what you see.
Okay, I see me in different countries pursuing my purpose and my passion, sustainable, like helping people eat properly, food security and nutrition security. So basically that's where I see myself.
When you see yourself like that, what feeling does it bring to you? What word can you use to tell me the feeling?
Excellent.
Euthalia, thank you. So it is for you.
Thank you.
Yes. Marlyn, can we have Marlyn? Is Marlyn available?
Yes,
Hi.
I am.
Oh,
Hi.
lovely. Hi, Marlyn.
Yes, good afternoon.
Hello. Good morning still where I am.
Good
So
morning.
good day to
Yes,
you.
yeah, good day.
Marlyn, can we get into your this moment that you are in right now and tell me what you can see that stands out to you in this moment?
I see a light.
What can you hear in you that stands out to you? Of all the sounds around you, what stands out to you?
The song of a fan breeze. Yeah.
What can you feel? Either your hands, your feet, elbows, where you're sitting. What can you feel?
Well, I feel I feel the fourness of the carpet on the ground, and I have the phone in my hands, kind of smooth.
How does that carpet feel on your feet?
Comforting, relaxing. Before
do you find yourself moving your feet on that carpet just to get the most out of it?
Yes.
Feel more of the softness? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's go into your lovely. Let's go in comforting. Yeah. Let's go into what you have in your mind's eye on the inside. What do you see for yourself? Your vision for yourself?
Well, I see the network growing and becoming the national network. So I vision the network establishing internationally.
What feeling does that bring to you to see that come to pass?
Comforting. It would be a great achievement for my country to have somebody there to advocate for the rights and working with the young people.
Thank you so much, Marlyn.
We wrap up after Deborah.
Yes, Deborah. Deborah, in this moment, what stands out for you? What can you see that stands out for you?
I can see the palm tree, coconut tree waving at me with the background, the Atlantic Ocean glistening. It looks very calm and peaceful and quiet.
I wish I could have that view as well right now. What can you hear?
I can hear my family rustling around me in the kitchen. Dad's making some breakfast. Just call the children in for breakfast. Or it may be like brunch.
What can you feel? Hands, feet, where you're sitting?
I can feel this chair underneath me. You know, I'm feeling so supported by it, and my feet is planted on the ground. My shoulder is moving away from my ears. I'm feeling peace, comforted, supported.
Let's go inward into the canvas of your mind. And what can you see? What vision can you see for yourself?
The vision I see for myself is the reopening of my hotel. I'm seeing people coming in and enjoying the experiences that I've created. Simone is one of them, one of my first persons that coming and doing acting and release, dancing with weeds, and also rolling out my trilogy to happiness to the world, making the world a happier place than I found it.
What word can you say that describes seeing that vision come to pass?
Amazement, excitement, hopeful.
Yes. So it is for you, Deborah, and it is.
So it is.
So
bless you. Thank you.
Yes.
Love you.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Simone.
Thank you so much, Marsha. That was great. Thank you for your support today. I just want to thank everyone, all our partners throughout the islands and in the US. Thank Ricardo Michele again for his support, our director, and all the young ladies who attended today and participated and shared their opinions and their views and their feelings, etc. I just want to thank you so, so much. Any closing remarks as we close off? Anybody would like to just give a quick comment as we close off now? It's now 11:12 Atlantic Standard Time. So we're looking to wrap up this session, which is our second session, Success Mindset. I hope that you guys have learned something today.
Or perhaps one of the girls might want to say what they're taking away from this session.
Okay, so we'll give one person, yeah. Sure. One young lady, the chance to say, what are you taking away from this session today? How valuable was this session to you, and what are you taking away? Ashane, go ahead.
I learned from this session that when you're onto something, and like for an example, an exam, and you fail your exam, don't say that you're hopeless. Just think about like next time you'll do better, you'll study harder so that you can do better in the exam next year, or get your own business. If you can't find a business and you're frustrated, just keep on looking for, and you might find one.
Thank you very much, Shanae. We really appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, guys, so thank you once again. It's been a wonderful session today, very inspiring, enlightening, and empowering. Thank you all, and see you again next week, please, the Lord.